Feel her hand in every frame, every awkward silence, every pan across a cluttered kitchen or a half-lit street at midnight. She doesn't just direct, she orchestrates chaos and beauty into something painfully real. And then there's the cast. My God. You ever watch a movie where you forget the actors' names and only remember the characters? That's what happens here. But for the record, let's give credit. Lead role Anya, played by Ruth Negga. Ruth is electric. One of those actresses who can convey a lifetime of regret or hope with just a look. Opposite her, as her husband Daniel, is Riz Ahmed. I mean, can you imagine? The two of them, sparring and loving and losing each other, scene after scene. There's also this incredible supporting cast, Brian Tyree Henry as Anya's quietly desperate brother, Sanya Malhotra as her best friend whose loyalty is tested in the most subtle, heartbreaking ways. And for a surprise, a rare dramatic turn by Lakeith Stanfield as Daniel's estranged friend. Every performance in this film is so lived in, so textured, that after a while you're not watching actors. You're eavesdropping on real lives, and you'd never guess the budget. Seriously, when you see the atmospheric shots, the lighting, the richness of the sets, you'd think it's a $30 million film. But no, Kaur did it all for just under $7 million. They shot in real apartments, on the streets, using as much natural light as possible. It makes everything feel honest and lived in, like you could walk onto the set and smell the coffee and the rain on concrete. It's the kind of filmmaking that proves you don't need endless money. Just vision, grit, and an eye for the human details. Now, the music. Oh, don't even get me started. If you know me, you know I can't resist a great soundtrack, and one of them days nails it. The score's by Nicholas Bertel, the genius behind the music in Moonlight and Succession. It's subtle, sometimes just a piano note or a distant hum. But every moment is perfectly timed to wring emotion out of the smallest glance. There's this scene, Anya alone in her car, the world swirling outside, and it's just Bertel's lonely, aching strings. And for 3 minutes, you feel everything she's feeling. And they don't just stop at the original score. The soundtrack is sprinkled with indie gems, songs from Mitski, Arlo Parks, and even a stripped-down acoustic version of Creep by Radiohead that I'm convinced will become iconic for a new generation. The music is so much a part of the film's DNA that it's almost like another character, guiding you, pushing you, sometimes just letting you sit in silence. Let's talk about the story for a second. Because if I told you it's about a woman trying to keep her family together on a day when everything goes wrong, you might think you've heard it before. But you haven't, not like this. The script, written by Kaur herself with playwright Jeremy O'Hara, is so sharply observed and honest that it sometimes hurts. There are no big villains here, just life, circumstance, and the 1,000 tiny disappointments and choices that make or break us. It's a day in the life, yes, but it's the day that changes everything. The kind of day we all secretly fear when you wake up and realize every small thing that can go wrong will. Missed trains, lost jobs, a secret revealed, a phone call that shatters trust, and through it all, love that refuses to die, even as it breaks. It's a love story, a family drama, and a survival tale all rolled into one, but so understated, so deeply felt, that you don't notice you're crying until you feel the tears on your cheeks. Cinematography. Now, this is something special. Shot by the legendary Rodrigo Prieto. Yes, the same guy who worked on The Irishman and Brokeback Mountain. Every frame is a painting. There's this softness to the light, the way shadows move across faces, the use of rain and reflections. He plays with focus, keeping the world blurry at the edges, like how it feels when your mind is racing and you can't quite grasp reality. You'll see these wide shots of a rain-soaked street at dawn, then suddenly you're in so close, seeing a tear trembling in the corner of Anya's eye. It's visual poetry, the camera moving with the characters, never